Okay, so I'm just going through some of the interesting hands from
Mhm.
Saturday's Northern League that I played with Steve. So I'm just going to select a few hands. Um, we finished third overall, and if you go to Adam Weisberg Bridge website, so if you just type that into Google, you'll get to that. You'll click on the results, and you can find people's results. Okay, so you click on Adam Weisberg Bridge. So we were playing A Division Northern Bridge League, I think. And then we finished first. And so if you just click our names, if you click anyone's names, and you can look at their results. Okay, so I've just selected a few hands. So the first hand is actually the first hand that I'm going to look at. So so you can look at, I've done videos for each one. It's 5 videos where I sort of playing live, but the only trouble with real bridge is that I can't really commentate that much. I did a little bit of commentary where I turned the video and sound off, but I can't really do that. But the bidding went pass, pass, 2 spades weak, partner doubles, and I've got this hand. So I've got sort of several choices here. I could bid 3 hearts, which should be encouraging, because we have got 11, so we can use 11. So I could bid 2 no trumps as a weak bid, transfers to clubs, and then bid 3 hearts. Okay, so that would show a weak hand. So by bidding it directly, 3 hearts, that should show a strong hand. But I think I'm better than that. So what I decided to do was bid 3 spades. Okay, and then when partner bid 3 no trumps, I then bid 4 hearts. So I felt that that was kind of a mild slam try, because I could have just bid 4 hearts straight away. I am a passed hand, so I have got the sort of hand where you could potentially make a slam. Okay, because I've got no wasted values, I've got no spades, I've got avoiding spades. Okay, and I've got tolerance for partner's 4-card suit wherever it is. Okay, it happens to be in diamonds. It's very difficult to find the actual 6 diamond contracts. If you have a look at the matrix here, you can see that east-west here can make 6 diamonds. Okay, so that's the only slam that you can actually make. So we're in hearts, and we made 5 hearts. It's probably a little bit pushy to bid slam. Someone bid a slam in 6 clubs, and it went 1 off. So we were in with a lot of the rest of the field bidding 4 hearts or 3 no trumps, and some of the left them in 2 spades, which doesn't seem right, but okay. So that was kind of the first hand of how to sort of bid that one. Second hand I want to look at is board 6, and this was a bit of a mistake by us. So the bidding went, if we have a look at the bidding here, took it back a little bit. It's gone a pass by me, a spade, partner doubles, Susan passes, and I just bid a routine 2 clubs. I've got a minimum hand, so I'm just bidding a minimum here. And then Nick just bids 2 spades, which should just be a weak kind of hand with spades and just making it a little bit harder for us. It's possible that he was thinking about bidding, say, 3 spades with his hand. And then Steve doubles again. And Susan passes again. And then you've got a bid. So with this hand, I bid 2 no trumps. Okay, because partner here can have absolutely anything. They could have a 22 count, okay, but they don't have a space up. Let's say this hand has ace, queen, jack to 6 spades or something like that, and decided to have opened 1 spade and 2 spades. Probably maybe we were too strong to open a weak 2, but now they just want to show a kind of weakish hand with 6 spades. So they've probably got like an opening hand, but on the weaker side of things. So here I bid 2 no trumps. Okay, and that now definitely shows a spade stop. But I could have, in my eyes, I could have as little as king X, because here they forced again. Okay, and then with Steve's hand, if we look at board 6, okay, if we have a look at Steve's hand here, he's got 8, 10, 16, 18, 19 count, okay. His argument was when I bid 2 no trumps, that I should be sort of top of my range. If I was really weak, I should just bid 3 clubs. So his idea, I get why he's thinking that, but I don't know what his hand is. So I'm just describing my hand. I'm just saying I've got a stop in spades, which I have. So he should then bid 3 clubs. Now, if he did have a big hand, okay, so with my stop in spades, if he did have a 22 count, he could just bid 3 no trumps now. But when he's on sort of the weaker end of things, so here 19 points is a nice hand, but it's not mega strong. Okay, I think he should just bid 3 clubs and then leave it up to me to decide what to do. And I would just pass that. Okay, now, as it turns out, when he bids 3 no trumps, 3 no trumps can actually make. And the reason why it can make is South only has 1 entry, which is in diamonds. So if you have a look at the hands, we're missing the 2 top clubs and the ace of diamonds. And ideally, we can make 3 club tricks, 2 diamond tricks, 2 hearts and 2 spades, but it's difficult to sort of claim them before they get their tricks. So the thing we can do on this, if you ever think about this, rather than play the clubs, if I play the diamonds straight away and knock out this ace of diamonds entry, then we can get 9 tricks. Okay, so the only kind of play where it's difficult for them to defend would be if North has ace to 3, let's say ace 5-2, and this hand has a singleton king, or if this hand has king 5-2 and this hand has a singleton ace. Because if this hand has got 1 entry, if this hand's got, say, king x of clubs or ace x of clubs, then North can go in with a high club if I play the club straight away. So North should go in with a high club straight away and send back a diamond, send back a spade, should I say. And that way it preserves South's entry. Okay, but if I play the diamonds, you can see here, when I knock out this ace of diamonds, and because the spades are breaking badly, which in this case actually makes it's breaking good for me, because I actually want a 7-2 spade break. Because if the spades are breaking 6-3, North has another spade to then play. Okay, so I've absolutely got no chance if the spades are breaking 6-3. But as they're breaking 7-2, if I play the diamond and knock out the ace of diamonds, I can actually make 3 no trumps. And I should actually play it that way because, like I described earlier, if North has like king x or ace x of clubs and, say, the ace of diamonds, then North should rise with their high club, okay, and then send back another spade, which would then preserve the other high club entry. Okay, so I should really play the diamonds, okay, but it's an interesting hand for sure. So that was board 6. Moving on to board 12. What about this? Okay, so this is a defensive problem. So the bidding goes 1 spade by North. Okay, I overcalled 2 diamonds. Again, so I'm not jumping, I'm not bidding 3 diamonds because I'm not a weak hand. So 2 diamonds is like, I've got a decent hand. South then makes a negative double showing 8+ points and a 4-card heart suit effectively, and they've got absolute minimum, got an 8 count, so they could have more than that for the double. And this hand passes, and then North just goes straight to 4 hearts. So I'm sat here with 13 counts, so I know there's 27 points out. I don't think my partner's got as much as they have. I don't expect partners to have as much as that. So a lot of people in the comments have sort of said, well, why don't you lead the jack of clubs here? It's a singleton, okay. And a lot of people would lead the jack of clubs, and a lot of people have done. In fact, I'm the only one who leads a diamond. What I was kind of hoping for on this set was if I can get my partner to have a singleton diamond, because I think they've got a 4-4 heart fit. I've got 3 hearts. So if I win the ace of hearts whenever they play hearts, and then play a second diamond and hold my partner Russ, I'm hoping that we can get a club in the wash somehow. So maybe partner, I think, has got something like queen 9-4 or something like that, and I got a singleton jack, and they might find it hard to pick up that club trick. Okay, so that was kind of what I was going for, or even maybe they pick up a spade trick or something like that. I wasn't sure how a fourth trick was going to come about, but at the time I couldn't really see. I thought that was the best way anyway. So I led the, if we have a look at the play, hopefully it shows it. Yeah, so I led the diamond. Okay, show out, and then they played the hearts. Okay, I win with that, and then I thought for a while, and I thought, well, the jack of hearts is there. It looks like, because it looks like they've kind of taken a finesse here or something. They might not have. I'm just wondering why they've played the 10 of hearts though. Okay, and then the jack's gone up and then queen. So and I've also got the 8 of hearts. I thought if they had king, queen of hearts, they might just play a low one. So I think my partner's probably got the king of hearts, I'm actually thinking here. Now another thing, so we've got one trick already. We can play the ace of spades and get another trick. So if I think my partner's getting in with the king of hearts, I can get a ruff in spades, I'm thinking. So what I do next is I play the ace of spades. So here my partner plays the 8, so that's discouraging. So they're saying they don't have the king. But I'm not bothered about that because I want the actual ruff in spades. So I continue with the spades. So my partner knows that I know, he knows and I know that none of us have got a high spade. Okay, and also the opening bid of 1 spade suggests that North has 5 spades. So now partner should know that I only have 2 spades and I've got none left. So they play a heart. I actually play a high heart here, saying that in suit preference, I want you to play a spade. I mean, if I play a low one, they just put in the 6, so it makes no odds, okay, because the jack's already gone up. Anyway, they play the 9, king comes up, and I'm just expecting this routinely to go off, partner to send back a spade, and I ruff it. But for whatever reason, he then plays a club back, okay, hoping that I've got something like ace jack of clubs or something like that. But even if I got that, then I'm going to get it anyway, because we only need one more trick at this point. So if I've got the ace of clubs, it's going off. So I don't know what he's really thinking about here. He even actually gives the club position away. If he needs to take a club finesse now, he could play the 7 to the 10. He could finesse this 10. But anyway, that's by the by. You don't actually need it because they can draw the last trump and ruff a club. And they got all the spades and stuff anyway, so they make all the rest of the tricks. And my partner screwed up the defense, but I felt I'd put it, made it clear. You know, Steve admitted he'd made a mistake later on, but yeah, you've got to take your time on this defense. At the end, you just got to a little think about it. Why is partner playing certain cards? Why are they doing certain things? Okay, and I felt it was pretty clear to get this defense right. So that was that one. Board 16. What is this? 7 spades. Okay, so this is a nice bidding sequence. Mine does. So the bidding sequence, so I open a spade. Partner bids 2 no trumps, which is jack of 2 no trumps, which is basically game forcing, shows a 4-card spade raise. I now bid 3 clubs showing shortage in clubs, and then we start a cue bidding sequence. So partner bids 3 diamonds, show first or second round controlling diamonds. I bid 3 hearts, shows first or second round controlling hearts. And a lot of time we kind of know which cards we've got or partner's got. I mean, it could be a singleton and things like that partner's got, okay, potentially. Okay, but most of the time this is probably going to be the ace of diamonds, because alternatively, partner could have just splintered over the 1 spade bid and they didn't do that. So this is probably the ace of diamonds. I now bid 3 hearts. That's most likely going to be the ace of hearts. Since I've already shown a shortage in clubs, it's unlikely I've got shortage in clubs and hearts. So 3 hearts to Steve is going to be, I've got the ace of hearts effectively. Okay, he now bids 4 clubs and I bid 4 diamonds. Okay. You know, in some respects, Steve should actually, I think Steve could take over here actually over 4 diamonds and now bid 4 no trumps himself, because he knows I've got the king of diamonds and the ace of hearts. He could bid 4 no trumps and take over this auction. But he doesn't. He now bids 4 hearts, shows the king of hearts, and now I bid 4 no trumps Roman key card. He shows 2 aces and the queen of trumps, and now I've got an interesting decision here. Over 5 spades, I could actually look for kings and bid 5 no trumps. But what I'm worried about here is if partner just comes up with 1 king, if he doesn't have the king of clubs, which is a good chance that he doesn't have the king of clubs because he's come up with enough points already, 2 aces, the king of hearts, and the queen of spades, he doesn't need to have any more than that. If he just comes up with the king of hearts, then I don't know about this third round of hearts. I don't know how I'm going to get rid of this third heart. So rather than bid 5 no trumps, because if I bid 5 no trumps and ask for kings, we play specific king answers. So if I bid 5 no trumps, partner will just bid 6 hearts if he doesn't have the king of clubs, which shows the king of hearts. And I won't be able to find out whether we've got third round controlling hearts. So rather than do that, I just bid 6 hearts. Okay, because all I'm interested in now is, has partner got third round controlling hearts? The clubs have got all winners. He's got the ace of diamonds, so that's kind of sorted out. He can rough the 4th diamond if need be. All I'm worried about now is this third heart. So I bid 6 hearts, which is asking partner, do you have the queen of hearts or third round controlling hearts? And 7 spades says, yes, I do. Okay. You know what he could actually do? He could actually bid 7 clubs instead of 7 spades on the way. Actually, I've just had that little thought actually now, because if you bid 7 clubs, okay, now I know we've got 5 spades, 2 hearts is 7, 3 diamonds is 10, and then I know we've now got 3 clubs is 13. Okay, so if he actually bids 7 clubs, I can now actually bid 7 no trumps. Okay, because 7 no trumps is actually the better contract if you're playing in match points. And also it's a safer contract to be in if you're playing in a slam, because obviously they could lead something off and this hand could rough. So you don't really want to be in, you want to try and be in the safest contract as possible. And here we've got 13 top tricks. So you always want to be in 7 no trumps. So that was an interesting bidding sequence. There's a couple of different ways to bid to 7. Okay, and most people found it. There was 1, 2, 3 pairs which didn't, and everyone else found 7 spades. Okay, so that was board 16. Board 18. What was the final contract here? Oh yeah, 5 clubs, which is our way. Is that the right one? 5 clubs. Yeah, actually, this isn't the hand I was interested in. There's another 5 clubs. Oh, that's it. It's board 41. Okay, I'll look at that. So forget about board 18. That's not that interesting. Let's have a look at board 32. Okay, so board 32. They're in 4 clubs. So actually, I'm kind of picking on the opposition here. So sorry about that. But I think this is a little bit interesting. So they open 1 heart. I pass with my rubbish, and this hand bids 2 clubs. So they're not playing 2 over 1. So 2 clubs is like sort of 9+ points and enough points to go to the 2 level. Steve now bids double, showing the other 2 suits. He has got an option actually here, I think, to bid 2 no trumps, which would be an unusual 2 no trumps. So when it's gone 1 heart, 2 clubs, if he bids 2 no trumps, it should show 5-5 in the other 2 suits. So I'll also say that 2 no trumps probably weaker. It's probably a weaker bid, so that's why he's doubled here to sort of show kind of potentially like a 12 count, something like that kind of hand, and the other 2 suits. So he decided to double rather than bid 2 no trumps. I think this hand now passes because he's basically minimum. He does have club support, but the 2 club bid might be kind of an artificial bid. But I'm a bit surprised they didn't bid 3 clubs with this holding, especially when this hand doesn't have, only has 1 spade and 3 diamonds. So I'm a bit surprised he didn't bid 3 clubs. At least I think that's how I think he did pass, but I wonder if the bidding will come up. Yeah. All right, so actually he does bid 3 clubs. So yeah, it's the right bid, yeah. A bit surprised. I don't know why he would have passed. So yeah, he bids 3 clubs, that's right. And I think, well, I've got an 8 count, we're non-vulnerable, and I decide to bid 3 spades, so I compete. And then this hand just bids 4 clubs. So it looks like they're just competing. Okay, and then Steve just decides to pass. Okay, because they're vulnerable and he doesn't really want them going to 5 clubs because he can't see any defense to 5 clubs. Okay, the hearts are here, the heart bid over here. Okay, so he doesn't really have any defense to 5 clubs, so he needs to shut up and not encourage them to bid 5 clubs. If he bids 4 spades, he might encourage them to bid 5 clubs. So this hand then just decides to pass. Okay. Now, as it turns out, 5 clubs makes, and one of my point is I'm making about this, it's a vulnerable game. And if you have a look at this hand, you don't have, you know, if you're quite optimistic about it, you've got no spade losers. There's been a double, which suggests the ace of diamonds is on the right. So this king of diamonds is now good. You've got 4 card club suit support, and you know partner has 4, has probably got a 6 card club suit actually now, when they bid 4 clubs, or at least 5 anyway. But yeah, probably got 6. Okay, so you've got an extra club. So you only need to have, in theory, you only need to have, I suppose you should have a 4 card club suit here because the 2 club bid could be a 4 card suit. Okay, so I think what I'm saying is here, I think there is a case for bidding 5 clubs. If you have a look at the a couple of bid it, okay, because this is teams, okay, so if you're playing match points, I think it's harder to bid 5 clubs because you could easily be going off here. You could be losing, you know, like 2 aces and the king of clubs or something like that quite easily. So, but I think at teams, I think you've got to sort of bid 5 clubs on this hand. Okay, 39. So what's happened on this one? So I open a diamond, I think. I did a Ben and O trump. Board 30 now, let's see if I can find this. So board 39. Actually, why am I doing that? I can just look at the bidding. Okay, so I open a diamond. I was contemplating opening a no trump actually. I just realized actually it's not me, is it? I'm not sitting. So yeah, I would potentially open a no trump with this hand. It's a good 14 count with a 5 card diamond suit. So it's a little bit of a lie, but there's a case for opening 1 no trump with this, with playing 15, 17 sort of thing, but a good 14 with a good 5 card diamond suit. So anyway, the bidding goes a diamond, a heart, and Mark bids 2 clubs. Okay, so shows a half decent hand. And then I double. Okay, so not sure what my double actually means here. It could mean a couple of things. So you can play a couple of different things. You could play Snapdragon doubles or Rosencrantz doubles, either which I've got on both. So a Rosencrantz double would show like sort of King X or Ace X or something in partner's original suit. Also, it could show like tolerance for partner suit and the last remaining suit, in which case spades. So I've actually kind of got both. So I double with we don't actually have an agreement, I don't think, on this. So it's something we need to put in place. But anyway, I double, and then South just bids 3 clubs, pass, and then North now puts them back into 3 diamonds because they obviously only have a 3 card club suit. So they put them back into 3 diamonds. And then South thinks, well, there's been a heck of a lot of bidding against us. There's been a heart overcall, there's been a double. Okay, and partner just put me back to my original suit. So I don't kind of blame her really for just passing. But the point is, our bidding has made it difficult for them to bid the 3 no trumps or game, because there's a lot of bidding against us, against them, and they just found it, you know, they just thought, well, maybe game isn't on here, and they just settled for the part score. And here it's kind of cost them. If you have a look, everyone else is in 3 no trumps or 5 diamonds, so they're only a pair to sort of stay in 3 diamonds. So they've kind of caved into our bidding pressure. So 3 no trumps or 5 diamonds makes 3 no trumps is relatively straightforward. So that was that one. 39, 41. Okay, so let's have a look at 41. This is our bad score, I think. Okay, so North opens 2 hearts, which they alerted and said it was the majors, kind of weak. And then I just overcalled 3 clubs, which may be, I don't know, it's not the greatest holding of all, but I do have a good club suit, so I just decided to get in. I like getting in the bidding if I can, so sometimes you risk it, especially vulnerable. It could be a disaster. South has a good hand, then I could be going off loads in 3 clubs. Okay, I might have a good club suit. I might be able to get 5 tricks or something. But if I only get, say, 5 tricks or 4 tricks and I go 4 or 5 off, then obviously this is sometimes where you can risk something and go off for a big penalty. West now bids 3 hearts, saying they're just forcing, they've got a good hand and they want to keep the bidding going. And then North doubles to say, I like hearts. Now here, I've got an opportunity to now redouble. So redouble here should show, I mean, I did think about it, but we hadn't agreed it. So I just decided to pass, but I shouldn't have done that anyway. Even without an agreement, I think I should just redouble, and he could probably work this out, and he'll work it out right, and he'll make the right bid. But so I think this is where I made my biggest mistake of the day, really, in not redoubling. So redouble here, you should play this as half a stop. Okay, the reason why it's half a stop is that if you had a full stop in hearts, you could just bid 3 no trumps. So here, by redoubling, you're showing half a stop. And it went, so I decided to pass anyway, pass. And then Steve now bids 3 spades, so he was keeping the bidding going. So North had 5-4 in the majors. But for some reason, I don't know, I had 3 card spade support, and I forgot that the 2 heart bid showed hearts and spades, and I just raised him to 4 spades, thinking he had 5 spades all of a sudden. So I was thinking, well, I'm in a 5-3 fit, I'm just going to raise him to 4 spades. He still could have actually had 5 spades, in fairness. So if he's got 5 good spades and this North has 4 rubbishy ones, 4 spades could still be potentially the right contract. So it's not the worst bid in the world. Okay, once we've missed our 3 no trumps anyway, clearly 3 no trumps is the contract to be in. And then he bids 5 clubs, obviously, because he doesn't want to play in 4 spades. Who wants to play in a 3-3 spade bit? Okay, so he bids 5 clubs, and that has no chance, and we go 2 off. We lose 2 hearts and a spade. Sorry, we go 1 off. Okay, so I think one of a pair did that, and everyone else is in 3 no trumps. So that was our bad board, really. Well, one bad board. We had a couple, but yeah, that was a bad board. 41. Okay, and the last one that I want to look at is number 46. So I click on this. Right, so a lot of people have this problem. So it opens a diamond, which is natural, showing a 4-card diamond suit, I think. Steve bids 2 hearts, which I described at the time as weak, but then I realized everyone's non-vulnerable. We actually played that as a kind of intermediate. So you should have a like sort of 11 to 14 points kind of hand with 6 hearts. And that's kind of what he's got. He's got an 11 count, although his heart suit is dreadful, but it is kind of solid, okay, after missing the ace, king, queen, jack. So he bids 2 hearts. And then Paul then just bids 5 diamonds on his ridiculous shaped hand. Okay, so he just bids straight to 5 diamonds. And it's, I think for a while I'm thinking, well, this is non-vulnerable. We're going to go 3 off probably or something. So I can't bid 5 hearts. Okay, I wish I had done now, but it wouldn't have been as bad. We'd be going 2 off. Okay, so we'd save ourselves something. So anyway, I passed, and then Steve's on lead, and he leads off the 9 of hearts, which basically gives the situation away. Well, you can now get the losing 10 of spades away. And if you have a look at the leads, everyone else has pretty much led a heart as well. Someone's led the ace, okay, and someone else has led the ace against 6, though. Okay, so against 6, it looked clear to lead the ace of spades. Okay, but everyone else is in 5 diamonds. One person's led the ace, and everyone else has led a heart. Now, what I would say, I don't know what the bidding was like in all the other rooms. Actually, you know, I could look at some of these. So let's have a look. 1 diamond, 1 heart, 2 clubs, 2. So this is a bit slower, this bidding. And also here, North bid hearts. It's kind of heart, and then North bid 2 hearts, and then bid 5 diamonds. So that's a bit harder. Let's have a look here. Again, 1 diamond, 2 clubs. They didn't introduce clubs on our table, but Steve did a bit 2 heart bids. So, but North hasn't done anything here. North has not supported. Yeah, North hasn't done anything. Surprised they haven't. Okay, so they haven't double 4 hearts. So that's interesting as well. So here they haven't double 4 hearts. So they might double 4 hearts if they want a heart lead. So that's interesting. Diamond a heart. So heart or call 2 hearts. So a lot of these, it looks like 1 diamond, 2 hearts, 5. So they got the same bidding as us. And they still got the heart lead. Okay, so what I'd suggest though is whenever you get like really aggressive bidding, when the bidding jumps up high, I feel you have to be aggressive. So anyone who got that aggressive bidding of 1 diamond, 5 diamonds practically, I think you should come out fighting. So me personally, I think it's right to come out with the ace of spades. Okay, so a couple did. I agree that it's right to come out with the ace of spades. I don't like this kind of passive lead when it's, you know, you have to be kind of aggressive against these guys because they're going to be distributional hands when it's gone 1 diamond, 5 diamonds. That shows distribution. You know, an alarm is going off saying distribution. Okay, you need to cash your aces quick before they go. Okay, so that's what you have to do in these situations, in my opinion. And Steve, you know, he objected to that, but I disagree with him. When you get aggressive bidding like that, stuff like 1 heart, 4 hearts, you want to come out fighting a lot of the time. Okay, that would be my advice anyway. You know, you can take that with a pinch of salt if you want and ignore it, but that's what I found. That kind of fast bidding, that aggressive bidding, you want to come out fighting when you're in defense, or come out and leading an ace that's unsupported. Okay, so there you go. That's a few hands from Saturday's tournament that I found interesting, and maybe some lessons to learn from it. See what you think. Let me know in the comments.